Well, I'm finally free, but now my pox-crazed wife is nowhere to be found. A mad scientist is hunting her for who knows what reason, and the legendary voodoo sponge that was supposed to cure her has turned out to be useless. Under normal circumstances, I'd ask the voodoo lady for help, but she's sitting in the jail cell next to my archenemy, who may or may not be my best friend, after it's been revealed that she has been the secret power behind most of my travails over most of my life as a pirate. Maybe I should have been a beekeeper like my Uncle Sid.
Yeah, it sounds like you should have.
LeChuck!
Guybrush!
I would have bet my good hand I'd never say this, but thank you
For what? I've caused you nothing but despair.
for taking the fall back there, and for exposing the voodoo lady. I don't know what to make of any of it, but now I can focus on saving Elaine and dealing with the pox.
It is the very least I could do. But be careful, Guybrush.
I'm always careful.
Always,
This from
always.
the guy who proposed to his wife with the cursed engagement ring you stole from my hold.
Is that a dig? Is the evil demon pirate LeChuck developing a sense of humor? This is weird. Where have you been? I thought you were with Elaine.
Well, after leaving Spinner Cay, Elaine and I set out to finish releasing all those monkeys I'd captured. After we were finished releasing the last of them, Elaine caught wind of your trial, went into a poxed rage, seized a passing clam schooner, and made a beeline for Flotsam Island.
That's my girl.
Needless to say, I took my own vessel and headed after her. But in the middle of the night, my ship was sunk by a rogue wave. I was washed up on an island of cannibals, from whom I deftly escaped, using many of the self-same skills you taught me back on the Jerkbait Islands.
You know, it's amazing how easily man-eating tribes can be reasoned with.
Knowing I needed to get here more than ever, I lashed together a few bits of cannibal leftovers and warthog sinew to build a makeshift raft.
Cannibal
Unfortunately,
leftovers?
that was soon eaten by the sharks.
Oh no!
So I swam. I swam as fast as I could for 3 days.
And arrived just in time to save me from the gallows. Nicely done, buddy. Kudos to your swim instructor.
I was fueled by the fire of our budding friendship.
Wow,
Have you seen
he
Elaine?
really likes
No,
me.
not since she left me in a poxed rage.
She's been doing a lot of that lately. I can't believe the voodoo lady has been pulling your ghostly slash demonic strings all these years.
It came as a shock to me as well. But her diary spells it all out. You, me, Elaine, we're all part of the voodoo lady's malevolent plans.
Malevolence is in the eye of the beholder, Guybrush Threepwood. I know this is difficult to understand, but things are not as they seem.
No, things seem remarkably convoluted, which is what I've come to expect from you.
I've always had your best interests at heart.
What about my
yeah.
interests? Without your meddling, I could have lived a normal, happy pirate's life.
Ha! The destiny of LeChuck has never been normal.
I risked life, limb, and manatee to get La Esponja Grande, and it's a puny, worthless lump.
What?
Soak up the gargantuan wonder that is La Esponja Grande.
That is La Esponja Grande? But wasn't it supposed to hold infinite amounts of voodoo?
I know. What a crock.
The size of the sponge is meaningless. It is what you do with it that matters.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you fight like a...
Oh, they are buddies now.
Sit tight, buddy. Once I save Elaine, you're next.
Don't worry about me.
Well, let's talk to the voodoo lady then.
Hey, you!
Hello, Threepwood.
You sent me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This. Sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Sponja.
Ah, I noticed you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young. It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo-absorbing potential.
Why should I
What
believe
to
her?
maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo courses
Oh, I gotta
to
find
bring it
6
to adult
things now, huh?
size.
What sort of meal is that?
A feast for the senses. The menu, Threepwood. Take it, and serve the sponge a meal unlike any other.
And then?
It will grow.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
Okay, so if we were to start at her voodoo thing, we go down to...
Hmm,
Oh.
well, that's odd.
A voodoo feast and 6 courses guaranteed to embiggen the smallest beastie. First course, put a napkin, that's a sight. A garish cloth grotesquely bright. Once completed in order, your wee beastie will grow to maturity.
It's like a whole new map now.
Yeah. So there's this. And then there's this. Feast of the senses. Wait, what's it say if I just... Oh, it says it either way. Okay. Guess we'll have to figure this
I
out.
better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
Fair enough. Well, what's Stan got now? New stuff?
Stan!
Threepwood! No hard feelings over all those various civil and criminal charges?
Water under the bridge.
Great.
A bridge with a fast-talking shyster/salesman dangling from it. Still trying to make a buck on my recently cleared name?
Nah, I sold all that junk to that Doro sap. I moved on to the next trial of the century. Flotsam Island versus LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady.
How are sales going now?
Great! People can't get enough of the Voodoo Lady's murky moral ambiguity, mysterious unexplored backstory, and her ample
La 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 la, I'm not listening, la la la.
voodoo charms. And as for LeChuck, well, let's just say the Lady Pirates love a tale of redemption. The whole bad boy made good angle.
Still trying to make a buck on my recently cleared name?
Nah, I sold all that junk to that
Oh, right.
Doro sap. I moved
He
on
just
to the
said
next
that.
trial of the century. Flotsam Island versus LeChuck and the Voodoo.
What kind of souvenirs could you possibly be making out of the Voodoo Lady and LeChuck?
Oh, ye of little faith. Feast your eyes on the all-new People versus LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady collection.
What's this?
What's a little decorative pin I've whipped up?
Trial of the Century 2. Electric Voodoo.
We're still working on a title.
What's that one?
That's our Cursed Cutlass of Cthulhu LeChuck doll. Press the button for its special transforming glow.
Oh.
It's a little bright.
Yeah, we're still working out a few kinks.
What's that?
It's my entrancing Voodoo Lady dashboard good luck charm.
Disturbing.
Okay.
On second thought,
Say no more.
have you seen my wife?
Have I? That crazy sea devil hit me up for one of my patented and perfectly passable porcelain power pirate treasure maps before hightailing it for the jungle. If we're lucky, that thing will keep her going around in circles for weeks.
You're gonna still sell them, huh? Okay. Well, can we use the sponge with this? It said something about glowing, right?
La Sponja Grande is only good for soaking up voodoo. Like the pox.
Oh, not the door. No, I guess not. Okay. See what we can find. Doing? Running away?
What was that? Huh. Something sure shoved a short sword up his aft sail.
Go check it out. Nope, this way. Aha!
What the? Morgan!
He murdered her. What?
What happened?
Went to get your hand.
You didn't have to do that.
Had to pay you back for all the trouble. Found Jacques. He told me.
What?
He told me.
What? What did the monkey tell you?
Oh, she died. Poor Morgan.
Singe. Auto trepanation helmet. Ow!
Oh. Shouldn't have done that.
My thumb.
Alright. Microscope.
God, blah. It's broken.
Electrical devices.
This must have been broken in the fight between Morgan and Singe. I hope the vole escaped. Lepidoptera flotzimus accelerus. Like many of its more common cousins, the sharp-toothed flotsam island moth has a penchant for noshing on articles of clothing. Where Flotzimus accelerus differs is in the pain of its bites, which can be quite annoying, and the rapidity of its meals. A swarm of flotsam moths can strip a man down to his undergarments in mere seconds, assuming the notoriously finicky moths approve of his wardrobe, of course.
Well, I guess we'll have to do that.
Darn, no more bananas. Curse you, banana god.
Shock pedal? No more shocks.
It'd take a 7-year correspondence course in mad sciencing before I'd even have a hope of fixing that thing.
What else do we got? Jar?
Vampiridae flotzimus sucrosus, the flotsam jungle firefly, are a common sight in flotsam's jungles, which they never leave. Although possessing no natural enemies, the flotzimus sucrosus has a notorious sweet tooth, drawing it inexorably to bodies of sugar water.
Ooh, I have sugar, but I don't have water, do I? No, just sugar.
It looks like Singe is using my hand to make something called the jus de vie. The Vacalian wind control device? What is that creep doing with it now?
It's gonna... No. Not gonna hang me in it. Apparently that's useless. Skeleton turned around.
Did Singe murder you too? It's locked.
Well, that hasn't stopped us in most locks with this hook. There we go.
Oh no. This is where the Marquis keeps all the severed limbs of the pirates he's operated on. Hey, you never know when a sack of severed legs is gonna come in handy. Or footy, as the case may be. Sorry.
Is that everything? Play with this again. Push a different button, maybe.
Ow! What the?
Oh. So the first button was the tongue, or made you numb. Second button shrunk me. Find out what the third button does.
Ow! Ah! I'm blind! Phew.
Makes a whole room black except for my eyes. And number 4?
Ow! Whoa!
Upside down.
Help?
Interesting. Okay. I don't see anything else in here. Let's head on out. Leave her poor body rot. Guess we'll go to the jungle now. The only place we haven't gone. Go to the creepy shack. I think the map started at the shack, right?
What in the name of Bluebeard's hair dye?
Hey, no
Oh,
poaching. I have
done.
called dibs.
I think I may be lost. Shouldn't there be a creepy voodoo shack right about there?
There was, until they came to arrest that pox-spreading voodoo lady.
What happened?
First came the flames. Poor Senor Nipperkin went up like St. Elmo's fire. Then she emerged from the conflagration, mumbling ancient curses with every regal step. I never forget the baleful stare she fixed me with as she was led away. A look condemning me to a lifetime of suffering, shame, and regret.
Spooky.
And if that wasn't bad enough, I haven't found one bit of cool voodoo stuff in the wreckage. Come on!
Mob justice can be so unfair.
Oh, what do we got?
Even when it's burned to the ground, the voodoo lady's shack is still creepy. Even when it's burned to the ground.
Moths?
Looks like the light of the shack's embers has attracted a swarm of jungle moths. That probably explains what happened to the voodoo lady's rug. What a shame. That rug really tied the shack together.
Can we grab the moths? They were attracted to ugly stuff, right?
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
Oh, the rug.
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
No? Hmm. They come to the lamp?
Whoa! Uh-oh. Looks like these finicky moths won't eat a jacket that's encrusted with bacon grease, fish water, and manatee guts. Lucky me.
Wait. Okay, now can we get the rug?
That doesn't need to be illuminated. What a shame. That rug really tied the shack together.
I feel like if we pick up that rug, we can...
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
Nope. Nothing else. Okay. Back to the entrance. Now we have moths. And we know they hate clothing. Gaudy clothing. Which, let's face it, Dan's jacket's pretty gaudy, so maybe we can use it on him.